Hey everyone, this is Robin from Designhill and your host for today. I hope you and your family are keeping well and safe. And I would like to welcome you for this session where we are going to talk about Facebook ads, the four pillars of dominating social advertising in 2023. Today's event is brought to you by Designhill, world's leading creative marketplace that caters to the creative needs of businesses and individuals alike who can source high quality designs from professional designers and buy unique products created by independent artists. So, moving ahead, let me introduce our speaker for today. We have with us Azrael Rats. Azrael, through his 10 years of experience in online marketing, has perfected the process of helping companies find the best audiences and develop the best ads for their business. At only 26 years old, he became the CEO of Rads Pack Media and has since created Facebook Ads Mastery in 2017 and wrote Find, Engage, and Optimize in 2018. Azrael specializes in advertising high ticket products and has extensive experience in ad management for diverse markets, including B2B, SaaS, online publishing, apps, and more. Previous clients include Bailey's Blossoms, Postmodern Jukebox, Powtoon, Diggerland USA, Thinkific, Mom Talk, The Daily Dot, Enzo T, and United with Israel. His expertise in Facebook ads is proven by his excellent track record of generating an average return of 500% on ad investment. Azrael, would you like to say a quick hi to our lovely audience?
Hi, so great to meet you guys. I'm very excited to get started.
Great, great. So, guys, before we start the session, here is a big announcement. We are giving away certificates to all the attendees, but for that, you would have to stick till the very end. So, brace yourself and stay tuned till the very end. All right, so
Need to
before we
get your
start the
parents off your
session,
back?
let's quickly
Head to
look
the
at what
world's
Design
number
Hill is
one
all
creative
about.
marketplace, Designhill.
When I started my photography business, I needed something that said this was more than just a hobby. It's not a hobby, Mom. That's why I went to Designhill and got an amazing logo super fast at a price I could afford. The process was easy using Designhill's logo maker. Just enter the name of your business, then pick out a number of designs that inspire you. I'll pick this one and that one looks cute. Then pick your colors or let the system decide. Add some more info like a slogan, the industry your business is in, and your budget. The logo maker, using machine learning and artificial intelligence, will design thousands of logo variants that you can choose from and adapt. In fact, I was able to get everything from business cards to t-shirt design and complete social media kit, all with the click of a button. With that, I'm all set. Now everyone I meet knows I'm a legit photographer. Even my mom. It's real. That's decaf.
Let the world know it's real and build your brand with Designhill.
All right, guys, this was all about Design Hill, and now we are all set to start the session. We will take up questions during the session. So, guys, if you have anything to ask, you can drop your questions in the questions tab on your screen. Over to you, Israel. You can start presenting your screen.
Hold on one second. Please confirm when you're able to see the screen. I'll get started while it's loading. That's fine. Hi guys, great to meet you all. I'm excited to speak for important warning. Oh, it did not work. Hold on. It says I need to refresh my page. I will refresh my page. I guess better now than later.
I think, guys, Azrael is facing some issues. He has, yes, gone out. He has come again now.
You're able to hear me?
Yes, Azrael, we can hear
Okay.
you. And
There
so
was
you
a
just
big warning
share
on
your
the screen that said
screen.
that I needed to refresh immediately. So I figured
Okay,
before
okay.
we got started and messed everything up. Okay. Tell me if you're able to see the presentation.
Azrael,
Yeah.
I think no one is able to see your
No one is
presentation.
able to see.
Yes,
Huh. Okay. We even tested this yesterday. It worked so great back then.
yes. It happens usually in the live event. Everything is good beforehand, and just as we start, something comes up.
Huh.
So as well as just click on the share button and
Yeah,
just
I'm sharing. It says it's sharing. It's just not showing. It's just the square. So the other option is I just share the actual.
actual presentation.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it in slideshow. It's not working. And just to do it on this page and see if this does it. You're able to see this screen?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. We can see
Okay,
this.
so everyone just look at the left box and not the right box. I'll try one more time that it's working. Let's see if I just exit it and try again. 1 second. No, doesn't want to share the presentation. Weird. This worked very well yesterday. Okay, fine. It is what it is. I'll just share that menu. Okay, you see it?
No, no,
You're
we
able to
can't.
see
We
this.
can't see. We can't see.
Can't see.
Yes, yes, we can
Yes,
see
you see.
now.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So, okay. So today, great. We're off to a great start so far. Here we go. So back in 2015, I had a conversation with my boss at the time, and I told him that I was planning to leave his job that I've been working at for 3.5 years and start my own Facebook ads agency. And the response that he gave me was shocking. Now, before I tell you what he said, you need a little backstory. I started working for this company in 2012, and we had started running Facebook ads relatively early on. People talk about the good old days of Facebook. This was the good old days of Facebook. I was managing a Facebook page with about 50,000 likes, and we would post 5 times every day. Those posts would reach 80,000 people. That means that we were reaching more people than the number of likes on the page. And my boss saw this as a huge opportunity. We could take these followers, get them over to our email list, and get them to donate to our nonprofit. So we were using Facebook ads in late 2012 and early 2013 to grow the email list. During that time, we were able to get an email for about 21 cents per lead added to our email list. And every year we review how those emails did. And year after year, those users would generate to our business about $1.25. That means that we're now almost 10 years later, and they probably generated about $10 to $15 per user since they signed up for just 21 cents. So this guy really knew the power of Facebook ads. So when he responded to me after I told him that I was leaving the job to do this for other businesses, he said, why would you want to do that? No one would want Facebook ads as a service. And I was shocked. How could it be? This guy had seen it with his own eyes. But the most surprising part about his answer was that he was 100% right. The same speculation that he said would exist in the marketplace is exactly what happened. I went out starting my business in June of 2015, and I was telling the whole world about the amazingness of Facebook ads, just like you heard. We were able to turn 21 cents of ad spend into $1.25. You could do that all day, make millions, and retire on a beach somewhere. Sounded great. So I went to a business and I said, do you want to run Facebook ads? And they responded, you mean with the cat videos? And then I said, well, what about Instagram ads? He said, that's the place I post pictures of my lunch. Why would anyone want to spend money on this platform? And for the next 2 years, I would go to businesses, and the idea of spending money on Facebook ads fell on deaf ears. Nobody wanted it. The speculation was really strong until about 2017, when businesses finally realized the power of Facebook ads. And I had been doing this for so long that I was shocked to find that finally people were catching on. But what was surprising is that throughout this whole time, even today, there is still so much speculation about how well Facebook ads really works. Just last month, the Wall Street Journal wrote an article that for the first time in a decade, Facebook and Google now make up less than 50% of all of the ad spend online. And this is the end of Facebook ads. Yet again, in 2023, we are still hearing about how it is the end of Facebook, or the death of Facebook, or it's never worked to begin with. So I'm here today in the next 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes, to go through and prove to you that not only do Facebook ads work, but you can generate millions of dollars, as I have generated over $100 million for my clients. And we're going to show what things you should be looking for in your business to see if you're not only right for Facebook ads, but if you can generate lots and lots of money. So click. Okay, so these are the 4 pillars that we're going to discuss today. And through going through these 4, we're going to understand what your business needs to get ready to run Facebook ads. So the first pillar that we're going to discuss is the importance of warm audiences. So for those who don't know, warm audiences mean people that already know about your business. I will tell you that if you don't already have a warm audience of some size, you likely should not be spending money on Facebook yet. We are not going to cover this in this speech, but there are plenty of ways to reach people that are already following businesses that are the people you're looking for. It's worthwhile to do influencer marketing, to do a deal with a business where you could be in their email, do an Instagram story, something like that, to get in front of the customers that they already have, to get them to learn about your business. And there's plenty of ways to do this, and it's beyond the scope of this conversation. But if you don't already have a warm audience of some sort, it is likely not worth spending money today on Facebook until you first built that warm audience. So now I want to tell you a story about a business that I had a call with back last month. On December 10th or 5th, something like that, I had a call with a business, and they were telling me their numbers. So this happened to be an e-commerce business, and I've been doing a lot of work with e-commerce businesses. And so I asked them, tell me some of your numbers. Tell me how your business is doing. So they explained to me that they have about 20,000 people on their email list. They email them about twice a week, and their open rates are 65%. Now, if anyone sends out emails, you'll know that number is crazy. Most businesses would do anything for a 25% open rate, and this business was getting a 65% open rate. Their click-through rate was over 20%, and their conversion rate was over 5%. So this business, with just a very small following of only 20,000 people on their email list, were able to generate just shy of $2 million just by using email marketing, targeting their email list. So I said to them, so how is it possible that you still haven't run any Facebook ads? You have a nice following on Instagram, about 20,000 people. You have this email list. You have a small list of people that sign up to your SMS list. How could it be that in 2023, you've never run any Facebook ads? And they said the same thing my boss said to me in 2015. They said that all of their friends who also run businesses say that not only do Facebook ads not work, but they're actually detrimental to your business. If you spend money on Facebook, the Instagram reach is going to decrease on your organic side, and you're going to constantly having to be paying money to just keep that Instagram organic that you were already having stagnant, so that you can be shown to your organic marketing, your organic followers. So I said to them, that's a really silly claim. You guys have been doing this now for 2 years. Have you not seen a drop in organic marketing without spending any money? And they said, of course we've seen a drop. So I said, so if you're anyway seeing the drop organically, then that drop doesn't have to do with whether or not you spend Facebook ads. But meanwhile, today, you are sitting on a gold mine of users that you could be generating literally millions of dollars from if you were to run Facebook ads. And right there on the spot, I set up the super simple ad campaign for them. I took these warm audiences. There's about 8 of these here, and it's simply just website visitors, followers on Instagram and Facebook, email subscribers, and people that watch videos on their Instagram page. And as you can see, the numbers on this list are not huge. This isn't a Facebook page with millions of followers. In total, maybe there's 100,000 people here, and they just did this by posting every day on Instagram. Obviously, they paid models to be in the videos, but really not super high quality stuff, not the highest volume, not enormous million view viral videos, really just a relatively small size audience. And all we did was take the last 4 posts that they have on Instagram and ran it to this audience of 100,000 people. And the results were crazy. We spent, as you can see on the screen, about $700. In return, the company made over $8,000, a 12 times return on ad spend in a period of about 2 weeks. So of course, they were shocked by these results. And I said, this is nice. $700 into $8,000 is nice, but there's so much more we could do. Why are we stopping here? We should scale even more. And they signed the contract, ready to go. Let's run Facebook ads. And this has been the results in less than a month. We've spent about $14,000 and we've generated over $130,000, just shy of a 10 times return on ad spend. But the surprising part about this is that this $13,000 was not just targeting the warm audiences you saw on the last page. What this was able to do was leverage the warm audiences that they had, these warm, excited, engaged purchasers, email subscribers, these excited people that know their brand, and teach Facebook the type of people that they should be reaching to get more sales. So on this slide, you see, it's a little hard to see, but on the top left of the top picture, I'm only looking at the ad sets that are targeting by interest. So we're going to get to how to find those interests in a few slides. But this means that this ad in the same 25 days spent about $2,000 to interest targeting. This isn't people who know the brand. These are people based on interest about this clothing brand. And they turned $2,000 into over $15,000. Underneath is broad targeting. Broad targeting is using the amazing power of the Facebook algorithm, telling Facebook, you know the people on Facebook better than me. This is what I want to sell. Find the right people. Facebook spent $2,000 and turned it into almost $17,000, and almost 8.5 times return on ad spend to just all of America, women in America. That's the targeting. So there's so much scale, so many opportunities to reach new people, and it's just leveraging the data from the Facebook algorithm. On the next slide, we have another targeting, which is lookalike audiences. This is where we take the audiences I showed you on the first slide, the email subscribers, the website visitors, the Facebook and Instagram followers and engagers. And we tell Facebook, see this list? Here's my 20,000 email subscribers. Find people like them and target them. And those audiences also made a 7.5 times return on ad spend, generating $16,000. And then finally, the last one, there's a new targeting on Facebook. I don't want to get too much into it, but basically it's leveraging AI called Advantage Plus. And this also, you literally just tell Facebook, here's the creative, you figure it out. And it turned $3,500 into $33,000, another 10 times return on ad spend. These are crazy numbers. And it is insane to think that in about a month time, this company will generate about $150,000 with Facebook ads by simply using one of the pillars, the pillar of leveraging your warm audience. If you already have a following, it doesn't have to be a huge number of people, and they know you and they like you and they're interested. And if you are not running Facebook ads to them, you are leaving an incredible amount of money on the table. So now we're going to go to a bonus tip within leveraging the warm audiences. So you see on the left side of the screen is a tool that I use. It's also, unfortunately, relatively hard to see, but the tool is called Interest Explorer. You go to interestexplorer.io or AI, I'll confirm, I think it's IO. And all you do is type a term into the box, the search term on top. So in this example, I search modest clothing, which is fits with the brand on the last page. And you get a whole list of 36 interests organized by, I think this is alphabetical order, but you could organize it by the size, organize it by the topic. And what you're able to do is sort through the targetable interests on Facebook so that you could find people that you know are interested in your brand. So what I actually do is I give a login to my clients and I tell them to search. The whole thing only costs about $100, which is really great to constantly have an updated list of all the possible interests on Facebook. So this is one great way of leveraging totally cold audiences to find people that might be interested in your brand. And the thing on the right side of the screen are lookalike audiences. I actually already mentioned the lookalike audiences earlier on. Basically, Facebook is taking your existing audience. Here you see the list: SMS, email, followers, video viewers, and pixel data, and turning that into a lookalike audience. But you see here, all of these are listed 1%, which means what happens is Facebook, you pick the country. So we're picking the United States in this situation. Right now in the United States, there's about 250 million people active on either Facebook or Instagram. So if you take a 1% audience of 250 million, you end up with about 2.5 million. That means if this list of 10 audiences, each of them is 2.5 million. But Facebook actually allows you to target up to 10% of the audience. So just yesterday, I turned on ads to target not just the 1% lookalike, where each of these lists are 2.5 million, but 10 new audiences based on custom data that's constantly updating for 10% of all of America. So each list now targets 25 million people. The ad only ran for 1 day so far and already made a 6.5 times return on ad spend. So if you have an audience that's interested, you could potentially turn that into a list of millions of people that are just like your people and target them with Facebook ads. Tip number 2 related to engaging warm audiences. So just so people understand, the way that Facebook works is you're selecting, when you create a campaign, you get a choice of these 6 options. It used to be more. There used to be more. And in fact, they write what each of these are connected to. So the awareness one that's highlighted right now is actually breaks down into what used to be 4 different targetable objectives, but Facebook has combined them together. And if you were to do a poll of all businesses online that are intelligently running Facebook ads, I would bet you that more than 90% of all ad spend is running towards the bottom option, the sales option. And that makes sense. If you want sales, you should run and optimize for sales. What Facebook does is they take your audience. So whether that's an audience of 10,000 people or 10 million people, and they look at the objective that you selected, whether that's traffic, engagement, or purchases, and just focuses the ad spend on the specific group within that larger audience that will actually fulfill that objective. So that is what most people do. They want the people that are actively buying. But once you've gotten to a certain point where you've saturated your warm audience, you're targeting them, you're spending money, you're scaling up, you're getting results. And now you want to make sure, I don't want to just reach this little sliver of audience. I want to reach all of the people in my warm audience. I want to reach all the people in my lookalike audience. I want to reach all the people in my interest targeting. This is when you have the opportunity to run other types of ads. So there are 2 types of ads that I like to run to reach, as I call it, the unreachable. How do I reach the unreachable? What I do is I run video view ads with a large branded video. What that means is basically I'm taking the logo from the brand and I'm putting it directly on the video, relatively large. So the person scrolling through their Facebook feed, they are part of this relevant, interested, engaged audience, and they're now seeing my logo in giant letters. So even if they're not going to purchase right now, they're not even in the group of people that might purchase right now, at least I'm reaching someone I know is the right person in my demographic. and I'm getting them to know I exist. And this is a great first step because no other business is doing this. I was on a call about 3-4 months ago with a Facebook ad rep, and we were reviewing the ad spend that my client had done versus their 5 biggest competitors in their state. And what they found is that our $600 ad spend in the entire last 6-month period represented 95% of all video view campaigns that all of their 5 competitors ran. That means that maybe in total, there were $750 spent targeting for video views, and we spent $600 of those $750 when compared to their biggest competitors. Their other competitors were not even touching these type of audiences, and we were showing our brand off to people that were not being targeted by anyone else. So this is a really great tip. Once you started scaling, how to reach new people. Now on the right side of the screen, I have a different type of tactic. The idea behind this tactic is that there are people that knew about your brand. They've engaged before. They used to open your email. They used to come to your site. They used to watch your videos. But for whatever reason, the algorithm stopped showing them content. And it's very frustrating. You worked hard to get that user. They enjoyed your content and they just forgot you exist. So what we do is we target these people that used to engage in the last 365 days. This is available directly in the Facebook Ad Manager. And you create an exclusion list of people that engage in the last, let's say, 10 days. So what you have left with is all the people that have engaged in the last year, but haven't engaged in some way, whether that's a video view, a like, a view of your Facebook page, a message to your page, any sort of engagement, exclude them from this targeting. And then I specifically run single image ads, and I target those people to come back and re-engage. This will teach 2 things. One, it will teach the algorithm they want to start seeing my content again. They want to be included in new posts. And so now when I post organically, there's a relatively good chance they're going to come back and start seeing those posts organically. Number 2, these are people that just forgot I exist. I want to remind those people I'm here, I'm still around, I still have my stuff to sell, you still used to love me and buy from me. So these will get these people to start opening my email again, start looking around and maybe scrolling through my site. And the cost of targeting these people is like a penny. It's super cheap because this is a type of ad that very few people run. I'm going to run an engagement ad, and I'm going to target the people that have been engaging with you. Again, maybe if you're paying a nickel, it's too expensive to get one of these engagements. That's how cheap this sort of thing is. So these are ways that you could leverage your warm audience, whether it's actually targeting them for purchases, if it's leveraging the data from those people to find new people, or using the Facebook algorithm to target people that are simply not reached by others. Now we move on to pillar 2. Keep creative coming. Now, if I were to pick the one major reason why most businesses fail at Facebook ads, I will tell you that it is because of content. If businesses have no way of properly making new content on a regular basis, they're likely going to fail and blame Facebook for the fact that that the ads are not working. It is incredibly important that you have a system to know how to run new ads on a regular basis. The reason for this is because many times you don't know which ad will work. So we could come up with 5 example ads, run them to your audience, nothing works. Try another 5, 1 of them will work. Another 5, 2 of them will work. And over the course of several weeks, you'll build up a library of 10, 15, 20 well-performing ads that actually engage and actually get comments and actually get purchases. But if you didn't do the test of making 5, 10 every single week, you will never find the 1 or 2, find the 3 or 4 that are leading to sales. So the question is, does that mean I have to keep making new offers? Do I have to keep changing what I sell? The answer is no. This is a client of mine. They happen to be an amusement park. Amusement parks don't change that often. It happens to be they opened a water park back in 2020, but from working with them since 2017, they are my oldest client. We have run the very same ad throughout the same offer throughout the entire 5+ years of working together. The offer is very simple. If you buy online from Facebook, you save $5. That's it. That's the sale. What they do is they change the name of the sale every couple of weeks. So when school's over, it's end of school sale. When it's about to be summer, pre-summer sale. In the middle of summer, it's the summer sale. After summer, it's the end of summer sale. When school starts, back to school. Halloween, New Year's, Thanksgiving. They just changed the name. And you see on here, we literally ran the same campaign, the reopening sale. They just changed the name of the sale. They ran the very same $5, $8 off, something like that. And they just show off different pictures from people in the park. And that's how easy new creative can be. You don't have to go crazy about constantly coming up with a new offer, a free shipping, some sort of discount. You could literally just find one working offer and just run with it literally for years. And that's what we've done here. So now I want to jump into a bonus tip for creative. So one of the things that a lot of businesses do wrong is they assume that when an ad doesn't do well, it means that it's a loser. I had a client come to me a couple of weeks ago and they said they had a plan. What they wanted to do is they wanted to introduce 5 new creatives every single week. Great, amazing, I loved it. What they wanted from me was a report. They wanted me to tell them at the end of the week which ads are the winners, the ones that did the best, and which ones were the losers, which ones didn't do well. And I said, I could easily tell you on the report which ads do well. Facebook will optimize to spend for them. They'll get a lot of, in their case, leads. There'll be a lot of engagement on those posts. Very easy to find a winner. The problem is it's very, very hard to find a loser on Facebook. And the reason for it is what you're looking at in front of you is a screenshot from an ad, a single ad set. And this ad set spent a lot of money, like $5,000. But the very last ad on the bottom only got to spend $60, while the top ad managed to spend over $2,000. So you can easily pinpoint that the top ad did well, but you don't actually know if the bottom ad didn't do well. It just didn't get to spend. The way the algorithm works is that it only runs the ad if Facebook thinks it's going to do well, but that doesn't let you know if it will or will not actually do well. So if an ad that you thought should have done well, or you thought you're surprised it didn't get any spend, what I would do is not give up on them. I would create a second ad campaign with a small spend, taking all the quote unquote losers and running them and giving them another chance to see if they do end up performing well. At the same time, we want to leverage the winners. We now know this top one, this top ad in this example, did incredibly well. If it spent $2,000, I see here in very small letters it said $19 per sale. It's probably like a 6 or 7 times return on ad spend. Amazing. We want to spend more money. So every couple of weeks, what I'll do is I'll sort through the whole account. I'll look at the ads that did the best, the top 5 to 7 posts, and I'll pull those out. And I'll put them in a new campaign. I won't turn them off in this one, but I'll copy them and put them in a new campaign where just those 5 ads run. What that will do is we'll give a focus to Facebook saying, I know these ads work. So if I know these ads work, I can make sure to spend a whole lot of money on them. And by giving a focused budget on them, they could potentially do better than they would be doing if they're sitting along with the ads that didn't do as well. So that is the second pillar. Oh, we have another, that was the run with the winners, actually. That was the bonus tip 2. And then the bonus tip number 3 is, after you've created the content, the question is how do you post all the content? So a lot of businesses, what they do is they'll make 20 new creatives, they'll put them all up all at once, they'll run them, and then they'll come back in another month and see how the ads do. I don't suggest doing that. What I think you should do is sequentially release new creative over time. Maybe 3 today, 5 the next day, 5 in a week. So instead of posting all 20 all at once, separate them out, maybe 5 launches for each or 4 launches of 5 each. And what that allows the algorithm to do is it gets to test each ad separately rather than throwing in all the options at Facebook and hoping that it manages to pick the winner on the first try. That's why I think it's better to be sequential about your testing rather than simultaneous. Just separate out your launches. We'll get back to that later in the speech. The third pillar is two separate ideas. It's one, the importance of a proven product, and two is the importance of a proven funnel. So I'm going to tell you a story. Business came to me and they said, we are desperate. We need sales for our product. I have a following, the business, of 500,000 people on Facebook. They're engaged, they comment, they like, they message me, we connect, we've spoken on the phone, we met in person, they know me. And I know this product that I built for them is perfect for their niche. I make content, I know exactly how to do this, I can make lots of stuff. But after 5 months of trying to sell it organically, I haven't even sold one. And now I want to go and run Facebook ads. And I told them, don't hire me. So they said, what do you mean don't hire you? I have the money, I want to spend money, I want to reach these people. I said, if your product couldn't even sell one product to your 500,000 people organically, it is not going to help if you throw a bunch of money at it. You have to know that the type of thing that you're looking to sell already gets sold organically, whether that's an email, SMS, posts on social, through, as I mentioned, influencers, creators, JV deals with other businesses, stuff like that. Prove that people are prepared to pay for this product. Because if they aren't, you're wasting your money trying to shove it down their throats with ads. The second one is a proven funnel. A business coach once came to me, said we want to run ads together. She told me all the results she's gotten for clients, how many people she's worked with, all the content she's made, the followers that she has. To me, it was like the greatest idea. Of course, the people are going to buy. It was a $3,000 product. She sold it in the past. Everything was great. And we started running ads, and a week passed and 2 weeks passed. We weren't getting any sales. And it was frustrating to me. Of course, I want the best for my clients. How is it possible? These ads weren't working. So I got on the phone with the client and I said, do you think there's any reason why we aren't selling anything? Like if you've sold before and people know you, why is it not working? And she said, I really don't know, but I really enjoy not having to get on sales calls all the time. And I said, what do you mean sales calls? She said, well, before I used to always sell this product with sales calls. I would, instead of pitching the product, I would pitch a sales call. I'd get on the call, and then I'd sell the $3,000 offer on the call. But now that I'm running Facebook ads, I don't have to do that anymore. And I said, what do you mean you don't have to do that anymore? If that's how it's sold before, then that's how you should be running the ads too. Don't change the process because we're running Facebook ads. And that's why I realized that the reason why we weren't getting sales is because while people have bought the product before, they haven't bought it in this way. Can you imagine seeing a Facebook ad from a coach you might not even heard of, get to a sales page, and on the bottom it just says, swipe your credit card for $3,000? Yeah, I can't imagine neither. And either could any of the people that didn't buy from this coach. And that was the reason, because she changed the funnel before we ran the ads. And I wish I had known that before, because we could have saved a whole lot of money. And this is why it's so important that you shouldn't, those two things together, the product and the funnel. Know what actually works to sell your product, and know that it's something that people actually want to buy. You should not be starting to run ads to something unless you already know how and what is selling. So here's a bonus tip. Now that you know what is selling, this is one of my clients, and they have a list of best sellers, maybe a dozen or so products that sell really well. And what we want to do is we want people to know about all the other stuff that they have for sale, because it's very hard to keep up with demand of the best sellers. And there's so many other products. If you are in fashion, you make a lot of new products. So you want to make sure that people get to see all the different stuff. So what they do is they make these photo album ads. And I specifically pick these ads because these are not an ad that can be made within Ads Manager. In Ads Manager, you can make images, you can make slideshows, you can make videos, you can make carousels, but you cannot make a photo album ad. These ads are made specifically on the Facebook page themselves. They get their comments, likes, and shares. I think specifically you can't see the link, but on the right, when you see there's a link in it, you have to have the link already on the post before you turn it into an ad, because these posts can't have call to action buttons, which means when a person's scrolling through Facebook, This feels way more like an organic post than an ad. And people like organic posts. People like to engage. So they see these posts, they engage more. They see these posts and they get shown other products. The one on the right, you see the jeans are the best sellers, but they have these shirts that are for sale. And instead of sending people directly to the pants page, well, that's a tip for later, but I'll say it now. Instead of sending directly to the pants page, you'll notice the link actually sends, it's the new arrivals. You can't read the full link, but it's the in section new arrivals page. And we'll talk about the idea for that in a couple of minutes. So essentially what we do is we allow the best sellers, also the middle picture, this crochet top that this baby is wearing, that's one of the best sellers as well. So they show the best seller, but they introduce a new product. This is how we could start showing off the new products while knowing we could still rely on the best sellers to get featured. So we should let the best sellers sell, but also share the spotlight with other potential products. And this is a great way to expand out your proven products by using them to sell other products. So that was pillar number 3. I'm going to take a quick drink of water. I do want to save some time at the end for questions. So if people have, they can start writing in questions here. We're up to the 4th pillar, and then we're going to do a case study, a review of the 4 with a client that did very well. So the 4th pillar is the importance of reaching the threshold for average cart. I'll tell you a story between 2 brands. So these are 2 businesses, and both of these 2 businesses sell a relatively similar product. They're both e-commerce businesses. They both have a very nice following, over 1 million people on Instagram or Facebook. They both create a lot of content. They both have products that sell. Everything about them is relatively similar. The major difference, as you can see by the large thing on the screen, is that the top business, the average cart over the last calendar year from January to December was $57. While the second business, the one on the bottom, their average cart was $155. And even though the cost per sale was pretty similar, if you could see in the small print, the top one is $18 and the bottom one's $21. So the cost per sale is the same. The CPMs I didn't show on here, but they're relatively similar. CPM is cost per 1,000 impressions. That number, relatively similar. Cost per click, relatively similar. Excuse me. But their average cart was the major difference. And by simply having a larger average cart, this bottom business was able to generate more than double the return than the client above. So it's really important that you are able to maximize your average cart value to get the most money per sale or per lifetime of user so that you can get the most out of your spend. Even if you're able to get the cost per sale down to $10, if your average cart is only $32, there's not much profit to be made in that sale. Amazing ads can't help a product if the profit margins are just too small to build your business. So what I like to do is I like to construct the best possible sales experience for the customer. So we mentioned on that slide not too long ago that was showing off the jeans. They actually are featured here on this picture. And if you showcase the post that had that pair of jeans in it and you sent directly to the product page, you'll notice in the very small print that this dress for sale is $28.95. So if you're sending traffic to this dress featured in the image on the post directly to the dress, the person might actually purchase it. They'll add it for $28. But the problem is that average cart is too low. We don't even want that sale. By the time you spend the money and target the person and make $28, they'll be lucky if they're walking with profit away from this sale with more than $5. They'll be lucky to make the thing, ship it, store it, returns, any product that had an issue that was ripped on delivery, all of those reasons, it is unlikely they'd walk away with almost any profit. So instead of sending people directly to product pages, we send people to collection pages. These are developed directly in Shopify. You choose how they're ordered. I think this is the new arrivals page, if I remember correctly. And it's simply ordered in order of bestseller. And what that allows users to do is they get to see the bestseller, the jeans in that picture from a few slides ago. It's there, but now they're browsing. Now they're checking out other products. So now instead of buying one thing, they might buy 3 or 4. Now instead of a $28 offer average cart, they might have a $50 to $70 average cart. By constructing a better sales experience, you're able to decide how the user engages with your website. Now, once you've done the job of sending them to the right landing page, there are a lot of stuff you could do. There's a lot going on this page. A lot of things that you could do to incentivize them to buy just a little more. So we're going to go through a few of these. The top one on the left says free shipping over $60. This business specifically is a different website, and their average product is $50. So you add your $50 to the cart, and you notice that if I just add $10 more, I get free shipping. So what happens? They buy a second product. So now by just offering free shipping at $60, they've doubled average cart. And now this company has an average cart value of $100 simply because they offer free shipping at $60. The next one underneath it is another random site that I don't work with. And I just added a product to cart, and it shows on the bottom, you want a free product with that offer? A free product. You want to buy this product, you get a free thing. I saw it also on Kylie Cosmetics. Kylie Jenner, if anyone doesn't know, she did a very similar thing. Last time I checked, it was gone, but the same sort of thing. You are adding to cart, let me give you something else for free. And it says, spend $61 and get this thing for free. This was Chubby's. It actually says it in the name. Chubby is a shorts brand. So you get it for free if you put $61. The next one's the same sort of thing. It's a free gift. It's not really a free gift, but it's a gift. If you get over the next threshold, you spend $75, we'll give you a third gift, $100, a fourth gift. So that's these two examples on the left side. Now, the middle section is one store. I believe this is 100 Thieves. And I added this product to cart, and it said, complete the kit, get the hat. So now it was $85 shirt and for a jersey, and for another $35 to get the hat with it. Right? I'm incentivizing users to buy one more thing. The one on the right is some company called Kicks. And I added this shoe to the shop. It tells me the shoe's $150, but a lot of people also buy these $13 socks. So by incentivizing people to add another thing, now I went from a $150 offer to a $160 offer just by offering another incentive to add to cart, whether that's free shipping, free gift, a suggested additional product. That is tip number 2 when it comes to the fourth pillar. And the third tip is that you have to find the strategy that works for you. This is a client of mine. We've been working together for a while, and they were offering a $49 free shipping, and it was working well. But then, we got greedy. We wanted more people to buy more stuff, so we switched the average cart, the minimum for free shipping to $75, and we said, well, everyone's going to buy more stuff to get the free shipping. What happened? During the 2-week trial, we had an enormous drop in sales, something like 25 to 30% drop in sales. We're scratching our heads. How could it be? It's such a huge drop in sales during this period. What we found was that the average user was only adding about $42 to their cart. They were about $42. So now they'd added $42, and they go and they see what normally they see is a $49 free shipping. They said, you know what? I'll get one more thing to get free shipping. I'll pay for one more product. They get over $50, over $49, and they get free shipping. Great, fantastic. That's amazing. What happened? When we switched to $75, people would look at their cart and say, $75, I'm not even close. I'm only at $42. I'll just wait around till I want to buy something else, and I'll get free shipping later. And what happened was all those people that said, why would I buy now? There's no incentive. They all walked away. They didn't get the products. And it really hurt this business during those 2 weeks. We immediately switched back to the $49, sales back to normal. Everything's great and fantastic. But what's really important to understand is that not every one of these strategies is going to work for your brand, and you just have to test to know which one is right for you. So we've discussed the four pillars, and now I want to tell you a story of a business that I've had the pleasure to work with for the last 3 years. This business had sales that look like this, goes back to 2014. You notice the very high peak in the middle of this image, right here in very early 2015. You're wondering what that is. The answer is Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner, for free, posted a picture with their product on Instagram, and they made a lot of money. And ever since then, they never really got back to those numbers. And you can look year over year, their numbers were dropping. I think the next year was about 30% less, the following year 30% less, the next year 30% less. By 2019, they were freaking out. They didn't know what to do anymore. They used to be making millions of dollars a month, and now they're, I think somewhere around $5 to $7 million in revenue, and they needed to change how they ran their business. So they reached out to a Facebook advertiser, and it was me. And we've been working together since the end of this chart, and we've leveraged the 4 pillars. They have a very nice warm audience that you could tell they generated a lot of money before they started working with me. So they leveraged their warm audiences. We targeted those people. Those people hadn't been seeing the organic posts because the organic marketing had been getting worse over the years. Not because the content was bad, but because it had been a few years since they'd been seeing the posts. So we took those warm audiences, their Instagram followers, their website visitors, their email subscribers, their video viewers. We took them all. We started targeting them with incredible results. At the peak, 12 to 13 times return on ad spend. We leveraged those audiences. On top of that, we actually were able to build. I used a tool called Magix, MADGICX. And what they let you do is they let you to scale out not 10% lookalikes like we talked about earlier in the speech, but 20% lookalikes. And these 20% lookalikes are also getting like an 8 times return on ad spend. Then we did interest targeting based on the type of products and the interests, and those were getting like a 10 times return on ad spend. Broad targeting at 10 times return on ad spend. Everywhere we turned around, we were able to leverage the warm audience data to target new users. We're spending now more than ever before, reaching more people than ever before with around the same average cart, with around the same return on ad spend, because we're able to leverage their strong, engaged, warm audience that they had before on all these sales, bring them back up to the site, bring them back engaged, get them watching videos again, and they did a great job re-engaging their warm audience. Pillar number 2 was they took their creative, and when they first met me in 2020, they had launched 10 launches a year, and during those 10 launches, they would post all their content all at once. Remember, I said earlier, sequential, not simultaneous. So what we did, they came to me later and they said, we looked back at the data and we saw that every time that we launched that very first Tuesday of the month, we'd have an enormous spike in sales. So what if we stretched out the number of releases? Instead of 10 a year, what if we do 48 a year? Now that sounds very ambitious, but what they actually did was they just split up the content. So instead of posting 15 images all at once, they posted 3, 4 a week. I think we do 4. Image, carousel, 2 videos, or image, 2 carousels, video. That's it. Kept it very simple. And every single week we launched the 4 creatives, and we just separated out the creative to allow additional testing. Recently, back in November, we actually did a second launch in the second half of the week. So on Tuesday, we do the new arrivals, the new creative, almost every 48 out of the 52 weeks a year. And then every Thursday or every other Thursday, we would be posting on our ads our user-generated content. They spend a lot of time cultivating their audience to get them to engage, to get them to post, get them excited. They post about us. They use the hashtag. We're then using those pictures in ads to enable them to post not 1 time a week, but in many cases 2 times a week. On top of that, we're using their organic posts that are working well. Anytime that they have a high-performing organic post, we'll pull those into the ads. So we're constantly adding new creatives. I think actively right now, we have over 800 active ads in the campaign. It didn't start that way. We were only uploading 4 or 5 every single week, and we built it up over time. And we were able to scale the spend because not only were we reaching more people, but we're reaching the same people with new creative. And something might talk to them, something might not. And we find the ones that work. We scale the ones that do. We drop the ones that don't. We increase spend. We continue spending by being able to leverage creative. Number 3 is a proven product and a proven funnel. You don't have to, I don't have to talk anymore much about the proven product and funnel of this business. It's very clear. People like their stuff. People like to buy it, how they like to buy it. So I didn't have to do very much on there. It was already proven. They came to me with a proven product. They came to me with a proven funnel, and we scaled it to the moon. We're going to get to the results in 2 more slides. And the fourth one is the average cart. Their average cart was over $100, about $150, and they did that. They managed to do that. We actually a little tweak this year. There were a few people. This is an important part of like the customer journey. A lot of people were buying in Europe. The product would arrive. If anyone here is based in Europe, when the product arrives, if you're spending over $100, what ends up happening is you get a customs or tax, the local country tax. And so a lot of people were very frustrated. They were paying the $100 to the company, and then they were getting a bill for another $50, $40, whatever it was, from the government, from the customs agent. So what they did was they started including the custom costs, the taxes, the tariffs directly in the sale, and then that would make the customer know there's no more additional fees. You're covering everything. You're paying for it now. There's not going to be any surprise fees later. That did in fact increase the average cart value, but none of that money is going to us. So we have to make sure that the actual revenue to the business is also increasing, not just the money we're bringing in to pay our taxes. So now that we've done those 4 pillars, we did this work over the 2 years. I'm going to remind you what the business looked like before I started working with them in 2020. This is what the chart looked like. And then this line is me. We were able to replicate the Kylie Jenner effect, not once, not twice, 3 times over the course of 3 years. The first year we turned the year before was like 7 million. The first year, 2020, did $21 million by taking the stuff that already worked, the organic marketing, everyone that knew us, and leveraging it with Facebook ads. That alone managed to help us generate $21 million. Then once we took the 10 launches a year and changed that into 48 launches a year, that turned it into $33 million in 2021, this next enormous spike. Last year, many people know, was a recession. There was a lot of downtime. It was much tougher to get sales. We still managed to beat the year before. It did $35 million in generated revenue. And the way we did it was these 4 things. We had a proven product, a proven funnel. We had an extraordinarily amazing group of warm audience, people that love us, people that post about us, people that are engaged, people that are watching. And we leverage them not just to target them, but to target additional cold audiences, leverage interest, leverage lookalikes, leverage broad, leverage the Facebook algorithm. We leverage the content, and we turned this business that was losing money every year into a business that has generated over $90 million in the last 3 calendar years. So here before you are the 4 pillars of Facebook ads. I very much appreciate your time. I see we are very close to the end. If there's a few questions that people want to ask, I'm here to answer them. And thank you so much for your time.
Yes, Azrael, what a great presentation. And I hope our lovely audience has gained a lot of insight about Facebook ads, and the 4 pillars that you mentioned were really insightful. And we were really keen for this workshop from a long time about Facebook ads. And finally, we did it today. So thank you so much, Azrael, for taking out time from a busy schedule to be a part of this event. And all right, guys, this is not where it ends. We have a lot more events lined up for you in the coming days. So stay tuned with us and visit designhill.com/events to know more about our upcoming workshops and other events as well. And so this is not where it ends. So if you are a seasoned designer and wish to be a part of Designhill community, visit designhill.com. On that note, I would like to say bye to everyone who joined us here today. Take care, guys, and stay safe.